Okay, big day for the Prime Minister yesterday. He travelled to Scotland and was hosted by, this is the weird thing, Starmer hosted by Trump in Scotland, but it was at one of Trump's golf resorts. And it seems by all accounts that Starmer and Trump were getting on pretty well. So that's the Prime Minister's wife, Victoria, there, and this is what the President had to say about her.
Your First Lady, I would say First Lady. She's a respected person all over the United States. I don't know what he's doing, but she's very respected. As respected as him. I don't want to say more, I'll get myself in trouble. But she's a great woman and very highly respected.
I couldn't hear a word. Who is it who decides they're going to play the bagpipes all the way through? It's insane. Oh, you think it was good?
Yeah. It's unbearable, even watching him for those 30 seconds.
I thought you were...
He's pawing this woman who is the Prime Minister's...
Pawing her?
He's pawing her. He can't leave his hands off
Pawing
a woman's
is frontal?
No, not only frontal.
He was pawing her back?
He was pawing her.
I thought you were grimacing at the bagpipes.
He's just an awful man. He's an awful man.
One of the bagpipe players says, I've been told to start and nobody told me to stop.
Good.
So the bagpipe player went on and someone had piped down, literally. And they then realised, OK, yes, not the time for the bagpipes anymore. And then we got the questions about Gaza.
Mr. President, Prime Minister Netanyahu said there's no starvation in Gaza. Do you agree with that assessment?
I don't know. I mean, based on television, I would say not particularly, because those children look very hungry. But we're giving a lot of money and a lot of food, and other nations are now stepping up. I know that this nation is, right
It's
here.
a humanitarian crisis.
Right.
It's an absolute catastrophe.
Do you think
Nobody wants to see that, and I think people in Britain are revolted at seeing what they're seeing on their screens. So we've got to get to that ceasefire, and thank you, Mr. President, for leading on that, and also to just get more and more aid in.
Yeah, it was a big moment that where Starmer says people in Britain are revolted by what's happening in Gaza, and almost talks across Trump. They headed into the ballroom of Trump's golf resort. Starmer took a moment to invite the president to a football match in return.
It's fantastic to be here. Thank you for your hospitality and to see this amazing golf course. I'll invite you to a football ground at some stage, and we can exchange sports.
It's been great being with you, and thank you very much, Mr. Prime Minister. And you've done a fantastic job with regard to the trade deal. You know, they wanted a trade deal here for years, many years, through many different terms of different people, and you got it done. So I want to congratulate you on that, and it's a great deal for both. It brings unity. We didn't need unity, but it brings us even closer together, I think.
What about that, Yasmin? Something to cheer on, isn't it?
Why is it?
Well, because it's these two countries getting closer.
No, this is, America was the colony of this country once upon a time. It's just reversed. To watch Starmer being so abjectly obliging to this grotesque man. Yes, do business, do your deals, that's fine. But you don't have to suck up to him.
Well, Brian, you admire Trump.
I'm a huge Trump fan. I think he's the greatest American president since Reagan, and one of the greatest presidents this century. He wins elections, Yasmin.
Well, that's not the only test. Come on. That's not the only test.
No, it's not the only test.
Yeah.
He's trying to revive the American economy. He's already solved 2 wars, India, Pakistan, Congo, Rwanda.
Well, you could add in Malaysia, Cambodia.
Well, you could add in Cambodia, Thailand.
Sorry.
I mean, and he's been trying on Ukraine and on Israel. He is a great president, and I think he's going to have a great 4 years.
Well, all right,
and the trouble is, Yasmin, you're just a voice of the left, and you can't stand Trump. Why can't you stand him?
I can't, because he's a felon. He's been convicted of crimes against women because he lies. He's a bankrupt. He's a white supremacist. Shall I go on?
Apart from that?
Apart from that, he's a decent bloke. You'd have him out for dinner.
Is it possible that bad people could run countries well?
Well, they do get them. It doesn't mean that I have to admire them.
No. All right. But on Gaza, there was a very important moment happening yesterday. That some of the aid was flown in and dropped by Jordan and the UAE. And the Israelis said you can't film from the air because they don't want the damage to be seen, it seems. Jeremy Bowen, the BBC's reporter, was on one of the planes and described utter destruction, places that had just been wiped off the map. So we're seeing And saying Britain's revolted, Brian, isn't that a fair comment from Starmer?
I'll tell you what I'm revolted about. I'm revolted about the 1,400 Israelis murdered and raped by Hamas. That's what revolts me.
On October
and
the
all
7th.
the rest doesn't.
And
the rest doesn't.
Because the rest has been consequential
Babies
about
dying
Israel.
doesn't revolt you. Oh, my God.
Oh, calm down.
Go on. You finish your
That's
point.
what revolts me. I'm
You don't see
revolted
this
by
as
the
a disproportionate
hostages
response?
still being held
What about
in Hamas,
and you
by
think,
Hamas in
you
Gaza.
think thousands and thousands and thousands of innocent civilians have to pay for that?
As the great Golda Meir said, better to be unpopular than dead.
And kill them all. Kill them all. That's what they want, don't they? They want to kill them all, don't they?
You're just blind prejudiced.
Oh, really?
Israel is a liberal, multiracial
None of this
state.
is working
Israel-
now. The people of this country aren't listening to this anymore.
Oh, well.
You know, they're not.
I think
because they've seen the
all right.
images.
But
sorry, they've seen the Hamas manipulated images.
But Brian, it is revolting, is it not, for a lot of people to see places that were standing to be reduced to rubble and to know that there are kids' bodies in there.
That is outrageous.
Oh.
It is outrageous to reduce those places to rubble.
Right.
But
Okay.
Israel is fighting for survival.
No.
Israel as a country has always had to fight for survival since it was founded in 1948. It has been threatened time and time again by its
Israel
neighbours.
wants to wipe out Palestine.
No, it doesn't.
It wants
It
a greater
doesn't.
Israel. It wants to
not-
destroy them.
You know
and it's
that's-
almost done it.
you know
it's
that's
almost
nonsense.
done it. No,
Okay,
no.
all right.
It's
Yeah,
almost
well,
done
yeah.
it. They've
Israel
got there.
gave up
But
the
then,
Gaza Strip.
maybe Hamas gave them the opportunity to do
Yes,
that.
Israel
but that
withdrew-
doesn't
Yeah, exactly.
Mean, yes, but that doesn't mean that Israel has the right to do what Israel's
Okay.
done.
The-
It
a
does
lot-
not have the right.
Israel withdrew
It does
from the
not
Gaza
have the
Strip.
right.
All right,
Israel
okay.
withdrew from the Gaza Strip and has semi-withdrawn from the West Bank.
Okay.
You'll never change these
I will,
minds.
well, okay, we're just trying to discuss it. That's always going to help us. Starmer and Trump had some differences themselves during the meeting yesterday, and there was a moment where Trump was asked about visiting London. This is what he had to say about the London Mayor, Sadiq Khan.
I think he's done a terrible job, the mayor of London, but a nasty person. I think
He's a friend of mine, actually.
I think he's done a terrible job.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people on Twitter saying at last Trump has said what everyone knows to be true.
Well,
Is that right?
I don't think he's a nasty person.
It seems like a
but
bit
he
of
has
an
done a terrible job.
But why does he care? Why does he comment on the mayor
Because
of
he's
London?
anti-Muslim. He's said that over and over
Is it
again.
that, or is it-
He has.
is it
in
because
the
Sadiq
past, his
Khan-
comments have always been about the Muslim
That hadn't
mayor.
occurred to me. I thought it was because he allowed them to fly a blimp of Trump above
it's
his
his
last visit.
Muslimness that gets him.
But do you think that's right, Brian?
Sadiq has hardly been nice to Trump, has he?
Nobody needs to be nice to
there
Trump.
you are. You see,
Okay. I genuinely didn't know it was because he. Or
Yeah, look
even-
at the past.
All right. There's a lot going. By the way, again, Starmer. I'm going to give Starmer a bit of praise here because he takes a lot of flack. Talks across Trump, and says, "Hang on, he's a friend of mine." Now, you know that it seems to. If we can get in there a little bit, that's good, isn't it? Look at Ursula von der Leyen for the EU. She goes and gets this deal, and now France and Germany have gone mad about it because they say
It's not a deal.
they got shafted. Yes,
It's not a deal.
The EU
It's
did not get a decent deal.
No.
Okay.
And okay,
Well, but we've got
Starmer
a
did
decent
stand
deal.
up
We've got a
for
decent
for
deal.
Sadiq.
Decent deal.
Yes.
In that giggly way. He should have been more assertive, but I won't take this away from him. I don't know why they are so scared of Donald Trump. He's not the leader of our country, and what right does he have to
He is the
interfere
most
in our
powerful
politics?
politician
he
in the
does
world.
not have any right to interfere in our
Is
politics.
it possible to say, Yasmin, I'll give you one thing, a totally small news story today, which is that there's this conflagration, and Brian mentioned this, between Cambodia and Thailand, and they basically had a border war for 3 days.
know that.
Yes, complicated how it started. Trump simply says, look, you've got 35% tariffs, you're begging us to take them off. Unless you stop this now, we're leaving the tariff. And they've stopped. And that's the example of why he wants the Nobel Peace Prize.
Well, he's not going. I hope they don't give it to him.
Using tariffs like reverse sanctions. So you put the tariff on.
And what makes you think he's not going to change his mind? This man is a maverick.
So you don't think he should stop wars?
You cannot trust
You don't
him
think he should
at
stop
all.
wars, yes?
And you know, even his own MAGA people are now
I'm just saying,
losing
isn't
Do you
faith.
that
think he should stop these wars?
If he can stop these wars, yes, but I don't trust them to go on because I want to know who he's arming here.
All right.
And
One
listen,
more thing.
life is much more complicated
He's on
than
a bit
we're
of
seeing.
he's on a bit of a war against wind turbines. He will always call them windmills. Have a look.
Wind is a disaster. It's a very ugly energy, and we won't allow it in the United States.
So we believe in a mix, and obviously oil and gas is going to be with us for a very long time.
So he calls them windmills. Other people call them wind turbines. Windmills is something else, but it doesn't matter. He then brought them up
Windmills
as
would be
well.
more attractive.
Yes, I mean windmills. I call them windmills as well, to be honest. He brought them up with Ursula von der Leyen of the EU as well.
And the other thing I say to Europe, we will not allow a windmill to be built in the United States. They're killing us. They're killing the beauty of our scenery, our valleys, our beautiful plains. And I'm not talking about airplanes. I'm talking about beautiful plains, beautiful areas in the United States. And you look up and you see windmills all over the place. It's a horrible thing.
There's some thought that he's upset because somebody built some wind turbines near one of his golf courses and he's gone on a rampage. But Brian, I know you're a fan of Trump, but to say wind is a disaster, even that's wind, think about that. Wind is a disaster. What meaning does that have in the English language?
Oh, sorry, we're not going to overanalyze everything the president says.
Wind is a disaster.
He does go on. But wind turbines are not the most attractive things. You wouldn't want one at the bottom of your garden, Jeremy, would you?
Well, I don't want a coal-fired power station at the bottom of my garden.
No,
that's
but you
for
wouldn't
sure.
want a wind turbine. And
I'd rather have
some
that.
areas of the country have been blighted with these turbines.
Have they?
Northern Ireland, if you visit Northern Ireland, almost every field you've got wind turbines. And I'm not sure they're the most attractive of things.
Is there anything you wouldn't defend that Trump says or does?
Oh, probably not.
Injecting disinfectants.
Really? Even the wonderful remarks he made about grabbing women, you wouldn't... No, you wouldn't disagree.
That's complete fallacy. Complete fallacy.
It was recorded, Brian. Shall I send you the recording?
Yes, please do, yes.
I will.
Locker room banter, he called it. After the break, we're taking your calls on Trump and Starmer, and this one particular thing, which is, and we haven't played this yet because this is really important. Trump says you've got to cut taxes and lower migration to beat Farage at the election. Is that good advice for Starmer? Should he do exactly that? The President was keen to give his advice to Keir Starmer during their sit-down press conference. Let's have a listen.
Generally speaking, the one who cuts taxes the most, the one who gives you the lowest energy prices and the best kind of energy, the one that keeps you out of wars, has kept you out of wars, but the one that keeps you out of wars, you have a few basics and you can go back 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years, whoever does these things, but low taxes, keep us safe, keep us out of wars, no crime, stop the crime, and in your case, a big immigration component. I think I won because of immigration. I think I won because of the border. I had a bad border where millions of people were coming in to our country illegally, and as you know, in last month, 0 people came into our country illegally, 0.
I don't know, was it? It might have been 0. They've managed to put half the army down on the American border now. And I think you probably agree with Trump on that, Brian.
Well, he's right, isn't he? And surely even Yasmin must be right.
No,
if
no,
you
I am
sort
an
out
immigrant. I'm an immigrant.
If
I
you
wouldn't
sort
agree
out
with-
immigration,
No.
and
Elmer, you give him a second, Yasmin. I promise I'll come to you.
if you sort out immigration and cap taxes, you will win the next election in this
Are
country.
you talking about the small boats and illegal
Small
migration?
boat and illegal migration. I'm not talking about legal immigration. I'm sure you came here legally, Yasmin, and you've contributed greatly to British society, and that's great. But you surely cannot support the illegal migrants
Do you
coming
know what
across in small boats.
what number we're talking about here?
40,000 a year.
0.4%.
But it's a lot. It's a
no,
lot.
it's not.
It's a lot of
one
people.
way
It's
the
individuals.
Tories especially, and also this Labour government, can, instead of saying the Tories over 14 years destroyed people in this country. George Osborne's austerity destroyed them. The way they behaved under Boris and Truss destroyed this country.
People are bored with those arguments,
Just blame
Yasmin.
the stranger on the boat.
Yasmin, people are bored with those arguments, and people see every night.
don't care if they're bored, it's the truth.
People see every night on the television news people illegally crossing the channel.
No, they
in
didn't
small
cause
boats,
inflation.
and they want it
They didn't
stopped.
cause your
People want the illegal migration stopped.
Isn't it, Yasmin?
Labour supporters, Conservatives, Reform, the general public
Yeah, I know
want
that.
the
Okay.
illegal migration.
Because-
All right, Yasmin. Oh, sorry.
So
Go.
they've successfully sold this idea that these people are causing my misery on the housing estate, my joblessness. It's not true.
But that number of people coming in a disorderly way, and it is a large number, it's tens of thousands, does offend voters who will vote against it. I mean, that's
yeah, but
obvious,
they're not going to vote for a...
That's what Trump is saying.
So the 14 years of the Tory government, how come they couldn't solve that problem?
Well, that's it, Brian. It's unsolvable.
Yes,
and you know what?
I agree the Conservative government should have done more to stop it, but we failed. But this government doesn't seem to be doing any better.
But well, in that case, Brian, is it not ridiculous for Starmer, if Starmer takes advice saying, OK, I can win on migration, because he can't deliver it? Because he tried at the last election, he said we're going to smash the gangs, and he didn't deliver it, because nobody can.
I think if France was prepared to cooperate, we could easily stop it. I mean, how do they get to the beaches in the first place? And what happens on the beaches? The French know the boats are there. The French vaguely turn a blind eye to it.
Yeah.
We've got to instantly deport. Not go through judicial process and review and all the rest.
So pick them up on the beaches and just take them back.
Hotels across the country, including in North London where I live, are full of migrants, illegal migrants living in holiday inns.
This is so wrong. What you are doing is starting off the riots, Brian.
I'm not.
You are starting off the riots. A lot of people...
Do you want them living next door to you?
Yes,
Do you?
yes, yes.
Illegal
I have
migrants.
had
Young men.
Hey, I have had 2 asylum seekers in my life living in my house.
Okay.
So don't you talk to me about that.
Let me just play.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Yes,
and one was a man. And there were wonderful, decent people. Don't demonise all the people on boats.
But it may be different if they're in a hotel down your street. I don't know. Is that what you're saying, Brian? Like the Epping Hotel?
They're human beings, Brian.
Let Brian
At the end of it,
let
they're
Brian
human
answer.
beings.
But they are here illegally. I couldn't go to Somalia illegally.
They should
be deported straight away.
OK, let me just show you this. There's a point earlier in the day yesterday when Trump was asked for his solution to the small boats crisis, and he had to look to Starmer for some clarity on what that was. Have a listen.
What's your advice on dealing with the small boats crisis in this country? The small boats
It's
crisis.
about the boats coming over the channel, so we're taking a lot of action to stop people coming over the channel who shouldn't be here, stopping them coming in the first place.
Well,
and then
immigration is
returning
a big factor, and I think, frankly, if they're coming from other countries and you don't know who they are, and are they coming from prisons? We have them where they came in from prisons. We're moving them all out. We had a border last June, just recent, last month. We had 0 people come into the country, 0, other than coming through legal means. If you're stopping immigration and stopping the wrong people, I give my hats are off to you. You're doing not a good thing, you're doing a fantastic thing. So I know nothing about the boats, but if the boats are loaded up with bad people, and they usually are, because other countries don't send their best.
No,
they're loaded up with bad people.
Some of them are bad, some of them are good, some of them are desperate, and that's what we have. That's what happens.
Either come here legally
let me finish
or they don't.
Can I finish my sentence?
OK, go on, Yasmin, quickly, yeah.
Can I finish my sentence?
Yes.
Before you jump in.
Well, you both jumped in on each other.
No, but I want to finish this very important
Quickly,
sentence. That not all the boat people are criminals and rapists, like it has been, like they're being depicted by a right-wing
I don't think anyone
and
said
politicians. Oh yes, all the time.
You didn't say they were all criminals
all the
and
time.
rapists.
Politicians
Okay.
are saying, as soon as this guy, the sexual assault guy in
Epping, Ethiopia,
wherever Epping. Immediately these stories start saying, yes, we shouldn't have them. Those men in those hotels are there because where will you put them? If you throw them out of there,
Well,
where
he doesn't
will
want
they
them here
go?
at all.
Well, I wouldn't let them in the first place, and I'd immediately deport them from the beaches on which they arrive.
Yeah, like your government did, didn't they? Your government did for 14 years.
But if they are in a country, put them in, as I think Edward Jenkins suggested, RAF camps up and down the country. Why are they filling our hotels?
All right.
Why?
They're dead hotels.
Pause here. Let's go to some calls. Paul is in Greater Manchester. Is Trump right? He says to Starmer, if you cut taxes and you stop the migration, you'll win the election.
He's definitely not right, and I want to say that I agree with Yasmin, and I think Brian's not being representative of us all, because I'm a working class guy from Bolton West, and I'm not bored with the arguments against the Conservatives. But back to Donald Trump. Yasmin was right. His respect for women isn't there. And he also made disrespectful comments about his daughter in the past. There's a civil case. And a lot of people who defend Donald Trump are the same people who are supposedly worried about women's rights when it comes to trans women. But they never care about Donald Trump. They never care about Andrew Tate's bad behaviour. They never care about Conor McGregor's. But also, we don't need to take advice off Donald Trump, because at the end of the day, if you cut taxes, we'll have even worse public services. We also need to solve the problem of migration by getting to the root causes of why people come to this country in the first place.
Okay.
And also, a lot of the people who are defending Donald Trump, they told us that Obama should stay out of our business. So why shouldn't Donald Trump stay out of our business as well?
Well, it's quite good to be friends with the most powerful guy in the world, Paul, isn't it?
No.
No. Well, I suppose Keir Starmer's having to be diplomatic, but no, he's immoral and he's got no respect for women. And Yasmin's right to point this out, because, like I said.
Okay, Paul, thank you. No, we've got to go to our break. We're taking some more calls. Yasmin appreciates your support there. Should he take Trump's advice? Cut taxes, cut migration, you'll win the election. In a minute. We'll speak to Julie in Leicester. Hello.
Hi, good morning, guys. How are you all?
We're well. What do you think? Is he giving the right advice?
I think he should listen. I hope that he will gain them the confidence back of the people within the United Kingdom and gain the heart back to this country. I used to work in the hotels and I worked at Manston. So I've seen it from all aspects of things, and we are overpopulated and we have no space anymore. So something does need to be done. I'm not racist against anybody or anything else, but looking at it from all aspects of things now as a normal person with a regular job to what I did before, something does need to be done. And
when you say you worked in hotels, do you mean that was a hotel that you worked in used for migrants or what?
I worked at the hotels and then I worked down at Manston, the camp, when they came in from Dover.
Yeah. I know, which was an RAF base, wasn't it, or whatever?
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, what do they do? Because even if you want to stop all people coming on small boats, if that's your thing, I don't know whether you turn them back halfway across the channel or what.
It's not turning them back. We just haven't got the space for anything anymore. I'm reading up on everything at the moment, what's going on in the country. We've got no heart. The country has been stabbed and it's been picked up bit by bit by bit, and then we're going to end up sinking.
OK, thank you.
We need to do something.
Thank you, Julie, so much. Ian in Leeds, hi. Do you agree with that?
Hi, yeah. I find it very interesting when people are saying we should take advice from Donald Trump on the one hand, and then on the other hand, start bleating about sovereignty. So do you want sovereignty, but yet you want to be taking advice from an unelected president of the United States?
Well, yeah, I mean, sovereignty is not incompatible with listening to what he's got to say, is it? What, do you think he's wrong?
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute.
This is a bit technical, yeah.
But wait a minute. In that case, then Keir Starmer or any other British politician can tell a US president what they should be able to do about their gun laws.
Yeah, but they've got a big sovereignty thing, haven't they? And they don't want, we've got enough problems of our own without worrying about America's guns. It's a big problem, but it's not our problem, Ian, is it?
And they've got enough problems. Without worrying what happens in Britain. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
OK, do you think Trump is right?
What, do I think Trump is right?
Saying, cut taxes, cut migration, you'll win the election.
Yes. To be honest, I think it's just simplistic slogans for complex issues.
OK, Ian, thank you so much. Got to move on. Just loads of calls on this. Kathy in Surrey, hi. Is Trump right, Kathy, do you think?
Definitely. I mean, personally, there's a lot of his personal issues that, are questionable. But on our sovereignty, as the last caller said, to me, it's so important. And if we cut taxes and we cut migration, which is a big thing for me, I think he would do better. And I watched the whole thing yesterday when all the press were asking him questions. And you didn't pick up on some of them because they asked about free speech. And I watched the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
And Starmer was just like he was caught in the headlights. He looked squirmy in his chair. He looked embarrassed. It was embarrassing for me to see my Prime Minister like that. He was just sat there, didn't know what to say, what to do. He was caught on the hop. And I think Trump says a lot of true things. Look what he's done for America, and I think that's why they voted him in. We need a Prime Minister. Yes, those issues are so important, but I want a Prime Minister to think of our issues in this as well. The migration issue is a big thing. 50% since he came into power, when he was promising to smash the gangs. Take money back from France. We say we don't have money. Take all the money back.
The line's going a bit. All right, got you. We got you. Nigel in Warwickshire, do you agree with that?
Yes, I do. I mean, the fundamental point, your question, is answered by Starmer himself, because he couldn't counter Trump at all. He could not counter him. And as regards the boats, there's a hotel in Warwick where every single lady working there has a rape alarm, and they are not permitted to work unless there's a man with them.
The relevance of that, Nigel?
As far as Epping is concerned, the women noticed the migrants taking photographs of the schoolgirls.
Okay. Now, only because we're going to our break, I'm pausing it there, and also because I just can't get into whether it's true or not. But the last three calls have been cross about the migration.
They can have their views, and I think they're wrong.
Okay, Brian.
I think that's what Mr. and Mrs. Average in the street in Britain is thinking.
Yeah.
But I have spoken. Unlike them, we never hear those people on boats or in those hotels come on your programme or any other programme and explain why they're here.
They are here illegally.
We know.
Hang on.
They're here illegally.
Even if they're illegal, there's no way anybody in Afghanistan.
Guys, Yasmin, we need to move to our break.
Visa.
Thank you for all your calls. Matt Allwright will be continuing the conversation a little later, asking if Starmer is getting too cosy with Trump. Love your thoughts on that.